Has Keir Starmer and the Labour government wrecked Britain? With voters from all sides now questioning Labour's leadership strength and sustainability, Nigel Farage exposes the damage caused by this administration and shares his bold vision to restore Britain's greatness as a sovereign nation. Plus, we'll explore some key leadership principles every great leader must follow. Before we get into what Farage had to say, if you love diving into political issues and enjoy hearing a principled take on them, then hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to our channel to join the conversation, which will also help our channel to grow.
But if the Prime Minister believes in anything, then he believes in this concept of international law. He cares about how he's viewed on the world stage, and we've seen that in his actions over the course of the last couple of weeks. This Prime Minister has no connection with working people, no connection with what we used to call working class communities. He doesn't understand things that we think most people in this country hold the dearest in their hearts. And that is, of course, family, community, and country. And that is why we believe lifting the two-child cap is the right thing to do. Not because we support a benefits culture, but because we believe for lower paid workers, this actually makes having children just a little bit easier for them. It's not a silver bullet. It doesn't solve all of those problems, but it helps them. And some will tell you, well, Nigel, this is not actually a popular policy in the country. But then I've never, ever spent my time being a populist politician. I've nearly always spent my career pushing arguments that were minority opinions and trying to make them into majority opinions. I think we've lost our sense of focus of just how important family is. And I want to emphasise that this is aimed at British families. Working people should not start to pay tax until they earn £20,000 a year. It's a policy that is wildly popular. It is a policy that would encourage people to get off benefits and to go back to work. We also recognise those that have worked during their lives, saved for a private pension, are now penalised by the withdrawal of the winter fuel allowance. If you don't have any savings, you'll still get the winter fuel allowance. So we're punishing working people at all stages of their life, and we would absolutely reverse what has happened, and we're taking away of the winter fuel allowance. Now, of course, at a national level, if we win the next election, we will scrap net zero, something that is costing the Exchequer an extraordinary £40 billion plus every year. There will be no more asylum hotels or houses of multiple occupancy. People who come here illegally across the channel or on the back of lorries will not be allowed to stay. We will scrap the DEI agenda, which is costing the taxpayer up to £7 billion a year throughout the public sector. And yes, we see considerable savings to be made amongst the quangos. So yes, I do accept that these proposals, especially the one of lifting to £20,000 the level at which people start paying tax, I accept that it's expensive, but I genuinely believe that we can pay for it because we're not ideologically tied to the same ideas upon which we believe the Conservative and Labour governments have gone so wrong over the course of the last few years. As for community, we are totally appalled as a party at the growth of two-tier Britain under two-tier Keir. I want to make it absolutely clear, Lucy Connolly should not be in prison. The sentence that was given to her was absolutely excessive. We also find it appalling that there is now open discrimination in employment advertising against white British people. DEI must go. We are a party that believes in meritocracy. We're a party that does not accept that somehow there is something uniquely awful about the British people or about our past. We believe the opposite. We actually believe that the British people are the most open-minded and tolerant country, frankly, that you could find on earth. So we feel very strongly about that. We, of course, shake our heads at early prison releases. And this is an area that Sarah Poachin, our new MP, this is an area that and the failings in our judicial system that she is going to deal with. And we will, of course, end mass migration into Britain and be unafraid to talk about migrant crime. And a sense of what a nation is, of what national sovereignty is, of what the national interest is. This is where I do personally want to confront the Prime Minister head on. I think what we've seen over the course of the last 2 weeks is who Keir Starmer really is. He absolutely is the globalist. He absolutely is the person that bows down to this concept of international law in the face of courts that are either horrifically outdated or, frankly, wholly illegitimate. And yet that's what he believes in. The EU reset, which starts to align us back with EU law, not just that exists today, but that comes in the future, that brings the European Court of Justice back into our lives. That is a total sellout and something that he promised he wouldn't do. There is much more to come out about defence. We haven't yet heard the full extent of the defence package. When it comes to Chagos, I think this is the worst deal I've ever seen in my life. There was absolutely zero legal necessity to give away the sovereignty of the Chagos Islands. None whatsoever. An advisory judgment from a court that is not legitimate and that has too much Chinese influence in it. And we're paying to do it. And if inflation runs at an average of 3% for the next 99 years, it's £52 billion. It's almost unbelievable that he could have done it, and not to have even referred to the Chagosian people. The World Health Organization, of course, he signed us up to the pandemic treaty. Everything he's done in the last 2 weeks has been against our national interest. Everything he's done in the last 2 weeks will be undone by us in government, regardless of what the consequences are. He doesn't understand what national sovereignty is. He's never, ever, ever got over the Brexit result, and is frankly doing his bit incrementally to reverse it.
Great leaders don't chase power for its own sake. They are driven by love for their nation and its people, with a burning passion to see their country thrive. True leaders have a bold, clear vision to build a prosperous nation, strong enough to stand tall and keep its sovereignty intact. Real leaders put their people's safety first, always above other nations. They fight for secure borders and policies that protect, not harm, their country. And at the end of their time in office, the people should look back and say, they did a great job. They worked hard to care for our country because they truly loved the people. What makes a real leader? Please share your thoughts in the comments. If you have benefited in any way from this video, please subscribe, like, share, and be sure to leave us a comment.